This was the moment in December. Everything changed for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And this one is in the books, and the New York Jets have pulled another upset.
That moment helped create this moment tonight.
We've had a bunch of phone calls with him. We did a Zoom call with him.
Is there any real mystery that you're picking Trevor Lawrence?
I'd have to say that's the direction we're going.
A 1, 2, 3 day hype train is now just 15 minutes from reality.
Lawrence looking for 6. Lawrence quarterback keeper.
The Jaguars are almost on the clock, and the scene is set. A franchise-changing moment is just minutes away. This is Action Sports Jax, Jags Nation, Draft Night in Duval. Brought to you by Bold City Heating and Air.
Oh, Cleveland, Ohio. Words that we cannot wait to hear from NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell in just a few minutes. Welcome to the draft. The Jaguars are on the clock. But back here in Jacksonville, man, we're celebrating and fired up as well. That's right. We're in teal tonight, baby, as the Costa Bridge is dressed up in teal colors after being in the Clemson colors earlier in the week. And Brent, lots of decisions to be made going on as the fans, more than 7,000 of them are packed in here, and you can feel the electricity. You know, it's obviously spread out, but you can feel how much fire there is from this franchise ready for that new quarterback.
Yeah, we just had some fireworks as well. It's draft night in Duval, everybody, and we're going to take you right up until 10 o'clock as the war room gets a little busy, maybe a little tense, maybe some anxiety in there because the Jaguars know what they're doing at number 1. But then what? What happens at 25? What happens tomorrow with 3 picks? What happens Saturday with 5 more picks? It's a big weekend here in the River City. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Draft Night in Duval. TIAA Bank Field rocking right now. They had the fireworks out. Get ready for them again in about 10 minutes.
Oh,
when they
man.
make the pick. Brent Martineau, Dan Hickens.
It's 8:02.
Jaguars are
Let's go.
just about on the clock.
Get them on the clock. We got a big night, obviously, planned for you guys. We're going to hear from Trevor Lawrence, who will be the Jaguars' first pick overall later tonight. We are going to be with you throughout the evening, man. We're going to talk Jacksonville Jaguar football, unprecedented coverage, and we have our team ready to go. Look at the coverage that we have for you. Heck, Brent, we could start our own football team with these guys, including a couple of former players on our team as well, like David Garrard and Marcel Robinson and Stuart Weber in Cleveland and John Bachman and Tanika and Mike Burrish and, oh my gosh, Christy Turner and Danny, and the whole gang is here. Did I miss anybody?
I don't think so. I think you got it.
Okay.
There you go. What do the Jags have at their disposal? Certainly a lot of picks, right?
Yes.
They have round 1, 2 picks tonight. 25 is very interesting. Round 2, 33 and 45. That means they start all day long, Dan. They get to think about 33. Maybe trade that away potentially. Have some suitors for teams to jump up and get them.
What it is, Brent, is it's for the Jacksonville Jaguars an ability to control the draft board. They control it starting here at 8 o'clock tonight. They control it later in the first round, and they'll control it when we start things up because there are a lot of teams who are going to want to jump up to 33 unless the Jaguars decide to take 25 and 33 and move up in the draft. So we'll see. Let's hear from the head coach, Urban Meyer.
You know, I think it's too easy for anybody to just say you got bad players because you know what? We don't have bad players. We have a very, very strong core group of players at the Jaguars. And everything I've asked these players to do since January, here's what's really cool. They've done everything and more than I've asked. They've been here training. They can't wait to play next fall in front of you guys. They've done everything we've asked.
And you know what's interesting about what Urban Meyer said, and we talked to him in the 7 o'clock hour. He wanted to make a point about the players. He keeps wanting to harp on the players. He wants people to understand that we have some really good football players, and they're doing everything that they've been asked of. You can see the excitement in Urban as he's starting to build this program. One of the good players we're going to talk to right now, that'd be Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen's a pretty darn good player. I was with Josh a couple years ago in Nashville when he was picked 7th overall.
Yeah.
And what a blessing to have Josh land at number 7 overall for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He joins us right now. All right, what's Trevor Lawrence feeling? What are all these draft picks feeling, Josh? What was that moment like for you?
Oh, man, it was unforgettable. I was fortunate to bring my son out there, which made it an even bigger unforgettable moment for myself, man. And, man, it changed my life forever, and it's going to continue to change my life, man. And I'm excited for all these guys about to get drafted. It's going to be a huge night for them, and not even today, but tomorrow and the next day. Congratulations to all those guys, and I'm excited to see their futures play out.
One more draft question before we ask you some of the other ones, Josh, but the butterflies, is it a day of nerves? It's a long day to wait, right? I mean, how was that day? How did it play out for you?
Man, I don't know. I had my family there with me, I guess, and, you know, I was always doing something. I was always flying somewhere. I was either driving, doing this interview, doing that interview. So, you know, I was always doing something to keep me busy. So when that morning of, I feel like that morning of was just forever. But once I got into the back room and I was sitting down, that time took forever, I feel like. But it was a blessing. And there's nowhere else I would be instead of Duval. And I love it here, and we're going to build something great. And I want to be a part of that, and I'm excited for it.
Josh, 8 starting quarterbacks in the last 9 years. I know there's been some good quarterback play along the way, but there's a big-time quarterback at number 1 the Jags are about to take, we think. What can that do for the franchise? What can that do for the locker room? A guy that might be here, who knows, for a decade, 12 years, if he's as good as advertised.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking to compete with him. I'm looking to, to go to war with him. And somebody I can look in my face and say, let's go to war. Man, that's somebody I want to go to battle with, man. And hopefully we get that up out of him. And I know we are from what everybody has said about him. And I'm excited. I'm excited to play with him, man, and try to win some games.
Well, we've got our quarterback of the defense in Josh Allen. We're going to get our quarterback of the offense here in a couple minutes. And, Josh, we thank you so much for the time, man. Appreciate it, and continued success to you. Can't wait to watch him on the field in a new defense next year.
Yeah, that'll be pretty good. Okay, yeah. What's happening up in Cleveland, Ohio? Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jax, is up there where the draft is underway. Jaguars are getting ready to pick Trevor Lawrence. Let's go to Cleveland, Ohio in the 2021 NFL Draft. What's happening, Stuart?
Hey guys, you got to talk to a current Jaguar just a moment ago in Josh Allen about the difference that new quarterback is going to make for this roster. Well, I had a chance to talk to some former Jacksonville Jaguar players. We'll hear from them in just a second. I want to give you a live look here in Cleveland, Ohio. The fans are braving the 50-degree weather. The drizzle has stopped for a moment, which is a beautiful thing. But as I was mentioning earlier, some former Jaguars turn into current Jaguar fans. And for guys like Jimmy Smith and Kevin Hardy, this Trevor Lawrence pick is huge for the franchise.
Yes, within a few hours, we're going to make history. Hopefully, it's Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a generational talent. The city of Jacksonville, I hold to my heart, and I know that our fans can't wait to get Trevor in there.
And obviously, everybody's excited about Trevor Lawrence. But, with 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a third and 2 fourths, we really have an opportunity to really make some noise with the picks this year. And so I think that's something for everybody to be excited about.
Kevin Hardy used to be the highest Jacksonville Jaguar draft pick. He and Tony Vaselli. That record about to fall as the #1 pick is about to be announced right here in Cleveland, Ohio. For now, live in Cleveland at the NFL Draft, Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jax.
And let's hope it's the last time we have the #1 pick. But the celebration here, we're going to get the Jaguars on the clock, and we're going to draft Trevor Lawrence in just a few minutes when we come back.
This is Action Sports Jax, Jags Nation, Draft Night in Duval. Brought to you by Bold City Heating and Air.
There's a look at Cleveland, Ohio. Roger Goodell walking up to the stage to start the draft.
Boo! Boo!
Oh, they're booing here at the bank as well.
It's a tradition, unlike any other.
It is really a tradition. But here we go. The Jaguars are about to be on the clock, and Roger Goodell, the commissioner, is about to open the NFL draft.
Yes.
Cleveland, Ohio, the place to be for the draft But this is also the place to be, Dan.
It is. And, as we look at this, rumor has it that the Jags are going to take their full 10 minutes. And the reason why is a simple one. Not because they expect them to go to commercial. No. But they expect them to talk about their franchise for 10 minutes while
marketing.
America is watching. Yeah. So it makes a lot of sense. So don't panic when they don't run up. We've been telling you for a long time it's Trevor Lawrence. We all know it's Trevor Lawrence. It's going to happen. That's why Urban Meyer is here and not the head coach of the Texas Longhorns, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can tell you this, too, Dan. There was some confusion even here internally about when they would be put on the clock because so many folks thought that 8:10 was when the pick would have been in.
Yes.
No, instead, that's when Goodell was coming out to
it's
open
8:13 right now, and he just walked out about a minute ago.
Absolutely. So I think the clock that they thought is a little bit later because, you know why? They've never been the first overall pick, so
not sure
they haven't had to worry about
But they
that.
better know is who they have to text to get the pick in.
Just
make sure that nobody tries to, pirate their information and send in a different name.
Listen, I've been here since 2008. One winning season. That was 2017. It was a lot of fun. This is fun. You feel it, the energy, the excitement. You've been here, a heck of a lot longer than that, since the inception of the franchise. How big of a moment is this right now over the next 10 minutes?
The top 3 moment. I've had goosebumps tonight watching this. My only wish is that we could have had a full house tonight, and obviously not quite yet, but we're headed in that direction. And again, I've said this now to you a few times. This is a critical time in the history and the franchise, in the history of our Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. Not only does Shad have to get it right, and seemingly he has with Urban and Trevor, and then the fans have to get it right, and everybody has to come together and win together and pack this house.
Yeah, and so a roar from the Jaguars fans here at TIAA Bank as it's happening.
Yes.
It's happening. It's kind of a cool moment, right?
Yes.
It does have. It's almost like the turn of the century.
Let me put it this way.
There's this buzz about the clocks, counting down, and it feels a little New Year's Eve-ish.
You were here when Blake was the first pick, with all due respect, and when they said the Jaguars select Blake Bortles, it was shocked.
Yes.
Yeah. Tonight it will be like lighting a fuse of a stick of dynamite.
Yeah.
And as soon as he announces it, the dynamite will go off.
Yeah. Well, we got 10 minutes.
Okay. We're on the clock.
we're on the clock here.
We're counting
in just a
down.
Couple of moments.
And
again,
the franchise's value will start to grow as well with the success that this franchise will have on this football field behind us.
It's really interesting if you take Shad Khan, obviously, who is a global businessman,
yes.
one of the richest men in the world. Trevor Lawrence has a chance to have global status.
Right.
He's already got a ton of endorsements. He was a marketing major at Clemson. All right. So I wonder how much he's had a hand in some of this.
Yes.
But most of all, he's a terrific football player. And I think it's really important to note why everybody is so excited about this. 7th, 8th grade. Trevor Lawrence is that kid in your hometown that they're like, hey, wait till you see this kid in high school, man.
Right.
Wait till you see this kid. Well, the coaches there at Cartersville High School, they're like, yeah, whatever, right? Whatever. He goes out to spring practice, and they're like, whoa.
Right.
52-2 in his high school career.
Yeah.
34-2 at Clemson, and the guy is whoa. And I tell you what, no situation is too big for him.
Right.
He's lived in this kind of setting for a long time. The Jaguars are now on the clock. It's official.
Tick,
here it
tick,
is.
Tick, tick. Take your time, Jacksonville. It's fine. Just get it in before the 10 minutes are up. That's all I ask.
And so here's the deal. They have 10 minutes, but you can't miss, right? You have to get it in. We figure around the 8-minute mark of the Jaguars being on the clock.
Yes.
That's when they will make the call and make it official. But you said something. The national scene will have everybody talking about Jacksonville for the next 10 minutes, including us. And so why not soak it up? Enjoy it. What's this going to mean for the city of Jacksonville? What's it mean for the franchise? And can you start projecting maybe like a New England Patriots, an Indianapolis Colts, a Seattle Seahawks, where you get your guy and then you get a run for a while? Maybe not Patriot-esque like 20 years, but how about the next 5 to 10 years of sustained success and relevance? That's what Jacksonville maybe has tonight.
And remember this too, Brent. The stars had to align. And, there's been times, the Jaguars had the 2nd overall pick one time, and they took Luke Jokel. And the guys that they went after him were not that great, okay? This is the one time where everything has come together, where as we watch this season unfold and the Jaguars lose game after game after game, but, we'll never get Trevor Lawrence because we all knew he was going to be the first pick when he was coming out of high school, for goodness sakes. But we watched it unfold, and everything had to work perfectly. And thank you, New York Jets, as well. So here we are now with the first pick in the draft in a year where you get the guy who everybody says is Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, and John Elway.
Well,
hallelujah.
You got to look earlier at Sneakers, I believe, out by the beach.
Yes.
And now you're getting a look at Cleveland, Ohio. The scene, I wonder what it's like in the living rooms in Jacksonville,
yes.
right? Neighborhoods, cul-de-sacs. Everybody's fired up about it.
Put your hand up to your ear at about 7 minutes and listen, and you'll know what the scene's like in homes throughout our area.
I asked you about the historical value, but you were there when the organization was announced, and I know that's obviously a massive deal.
Yes.
But the waiting time to hear what was going to happen kind of feels like that now,
because
right? That's significant.
To get the team was great, but then we were an expansion team, getting players that we didn't know of, having an expansion draft and such. Whoop-de-doo. This is a guy that everybody knows. Those 16 jerseys are ready to be unfurled. They should have a 200-foot Trevor Lawrence banner ready to unfurl behind us.
How about what this guy could be in the NFL? We've heard all the pundits talk, the experts talk, and if there was a list of boxes, Dabo Swinney says it, check, 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 check. There's a bunch of immeasurables, too. He's a tough guy to compare to other great quarterbacks.
Yes.
Because he has a unique skill set. He can really move. He's 6'6".
Yes.
He's a big guy. He's not necessarily a thick guy like Cam Newton build, but he can move with his legs. He's mobile. In this day and age, that's a big deal. I think he has John Elway feel to me, because Elway could really use his legs as a weapon. Now, I think he's a little swifter with his feet than probably even Elway was.
Yeah.
He's got better teeth than Elway as well. But Elway could sling it, man. They obviously, right, they talked about
he had one of the best arms in the history of the game.
And he's a winner.
Yes.
And Elway was a winner. And so that's how I compare him, maybe to John Elway a bit. I know it's not an exact comparison, but you have to stretch it a little bit. And I think that the other reason I think about that, Dan, is because I think this quarterback class in general is going to be pretty good. And it might be 1983 kind of good if all these guys deliver.
Well, I'm going to compare him to the guy he grew up idolizing.
Yeah.
And I think because I know that Trevor Lawrence has a great escapability, and I know what a great athlete he is. But in his heart of hearts, he's going to be a pocket passer, and he's going to be an accurate pocket passer like the Sheriff. And he's going to come in like Peyton Manning did in Indianapolis. And we've talked about this, and Ben Becker did a feature on it earlier tonight. I think Trevor Lawrence has a chance to transcend our city, to give us a birth of a downtown that we have wanted for years and years. And if you've been to Indianapolis any time in the last 20 years, they got a new stadium, and they got restaurants, and they got Final Fours because of that guy, Peyton Manning. I think on and off the field, I think Trevor has the chance to be Peyton Manning.
Well, Trevor Lawrence...
Either of those guys would be fine, by the way.
Trevor Lawrence grew up in Cartersville, Georgia. It's 45 minutes northwest of Atlanta.
Yes.
He grew up a Tennessee Volunteer fan,
correct,
not a Georgia Bulldog fan. They did go, him and his dad, to watch Vols games. He grew up idolizing Peyton Manning. That's why he wears number 16, even though Peyton, of course, wore 18 in the NFL. So there is a little bit of a link there between the Manning family and, of course, Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
And that's the guy he idolizes. If he could be anything like the legend Peyton Manning, then we'd be on to something.
All right, we have 4:52 left on the clock. 4:52 left on the clock as we are counting down.
Don't go to break.
No. As we count down to Trevor time.
That is a stigma in Jacksonville, right? This is the one time that you don't have to worry about going to break for sure, because Jacksonville has fallen into that bucket in the past. I think we have Christy Turner just hanging out with the fans right now here at the bank. Let's check in with Christy as we get closer to the draft pick.
The atmosphere has been electric all night here. We've been hanging out with a bunch of longtime Jags fans here at the East Club at TIAA Bank Field. This is the spot to be. And when they announced that the Jags were officially on the clock, the crowd roared. It was so exciting to witness that and be a part of this. This is a night that we will look back on forever. Now it's just a waiting game. The countdown is on. The anticipation is building up, and I just cannot wait to soak in that moment with all of these fans when we finally find out and the Jags make that first pick. Reporting live at TIAA Bank Field, Christy Turner, Action News Jax.
Thanks, Christy. And again, this place is about to explode here. 7,000 plus. Obviously, it can't have too much more than that.
50 at Trevor's place.
Yeah, that was Marty Smith. Just tweeted that out. He's in the house covering for ESPN. And, well, they said about 60 people. It doesn't look like that.
Are they taking any live shots of the room, or are they waiting till after the pick before they do their interviews with Trevor?
We'll see. This is a really interesting decision. Shows the humility of Trevor Lawrence a little bit, too. It doesn't make you a humble guy just because you're not going to draft.
Good news for you Vegas people who bet. His wife is sitting next to him, so that will probably be the first one he hugs. If you pick the wife, you're going to make some cash. I don't think he's going to go over the wife to get the mom and dad.
Probably not. Did you have white shoes on?
Where's Dabo? Where's Dabo? Can he get to Dabo at all? I got a long shot with. No, I'm kidding.
Well, here's the deal. Trevor could have gone to Cartersville, his hometown.
Yes.
Right? And that place would have been electric because he's a hero there in Cartersville, Georgia.
Sure.
But he could have also gone to the draft. The NFL invites players to the draft. Mac Jones from Jacksonville is up there, anticipating he'll get selected tonight in the first round. And Trevor Lawrence basically said, I'm going to stay where I've stayed here off campus at Clemson University. We'll have some folks over.
Yeah.
They're about 3 miles from Death Valley. Ever since the national championship year, that's where he's resided for the last couple of years. He rented a place because it was so overwhelming after the national championship season that he couldn't even go anywhere on campus without getting swarmed for autographs and pictures. That's how big of a star he became on the Clemson campus, so he had to sneak away, and that's where they're at tonight again with friends, family, some coaches, and they're about to find out in Clemson, South Carolina, that Trevor Lawrence is indeed the number one overall.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now under 2 minutes, so we will stay with you as the Jaguars make the pick here and get the reaction of the fans, as the explosion will be unlike any other. Everybody waiting with anticipation.
This is the draft hat, by the way. This is what he will put on his head. I'm assuming they sent it to him.
All right.
And now you can feel the excitement pick up here in TIAA Bank. A shot at sneakers.
The pick is in. The pick is in, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Jaguars have made the selection. It's made its way to Cleveland, Ohio.
It's Byron Leftwich? Oh, no, they're showing old first-round picks. I'm sorry. I got confused there for a moment.
Listen, we don't have Zach Wilson,
Lane Gabbert?
Mac Jones.
No.
We don't have any of those guys lined up
Bortles?
here.
No.
It's not how we produce the show.
No. We've got the franchise coming to Jacksonville, ladies and gentlemen. Where is Goodell? Get up there to the podium. Make the announcement. We're in the war room. I'm seeing Urban throwing his hands in the air. The crowd is getting excited here. They are ready to hear it. And we will have an explosion here at TIAA Bank Field. I suspect the fireworks will get ready.
Get set for the fireworks. Yeah, if you're listening at home and watching at home, which we hope you are.
Should be. We're talking
cameras are out all over the place, by the way, here at TIAA Bank. You see the East Club. You see Cleveland. Jack's Beach and Sneakers.
Very
TIAA
nice.
Bank Field. That's what we call a 4-box, folks, of reactions.
Let's keep
Coming
that up.
Here.
I like
as
that.
The Jaguars have their pick in, and we just have to make it official. When is it going to be Trevor Lawrence and Roger Goodell making that announcement that is on the way in just a couple?
I am so happy for the Jaguar fans. We've been waiting so long for this. A legitimate franchise quarterback is coming to our city. Here comes the commish. He's got the card. He's got Jaguar fans with him.
Let's listen and get ready to hear TIAA Bank as we...
Good play-by-play guys know when to be quiet.
Right.
Let the crowd,
lay out.
the natural sound.
Here we go.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah! Woo! Woo! They did it! We did it! Woo!
Fireworks.
Look at the hugging Trevor, baby!
Fireworks here at TIAA Bank.
Oh, hallelujah. You got him, Herbs. You got him.
What a scene here in Jacksonville. 7,000 plus. And soon enough, that stadium's going to be filled because of Trevor Lawrence coming to the Jacksonville, maybe all fall long, and hopefully for years and years to come. You said it, Urban got his guy. It's the reason he took this job, potentially. It was one that put it over the top. Urban Meyer, Trevor Lawrence, how much can those two gentlemen turn the franchise around?
I think they can turn it around, and I think they can turn it around quickly. Look at sneakers. Trevor Lawrence is the selection. Everybody is rolling on it. It's just such a great time to be a Jaguar fan. Our fans have had a tough road to hoe here, man, and now we've got a building piece unlike any other, man. There was never, they tried. Look, we've had a lot of draft talk, okay? A lot of draft talk in the last, year about this young man, and we tried to find the warts. We looked for the warts, man, but we couldn't find the warts. There's no warts on Trevor Lawrence. There's none. They tried to take some Sports Illustrated article and pick it apart. Nah, Trevor said, I ain't having none of that, baby. I'm here to win.
Find me a flaw is what some people say, and there's really not much of a flaw.
He checks the boxes.
Checks them all, and you just saw it inside our studio. Number 1 pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars is Trevor Lawrence. Let's take a look at the resume of number 16. We assume he'll wear as we get a Duval here at TIAA Bank. 86-6 overall as a starter in his football career. I mean, it looks like a typo. It's not. 2 titles in high school in the state of Georgia. 161 touchdowns, just 21 mistakes on the interceptions.
Wow.
And then, of course, he goes to Clemson, and he wins the national championship beating Alabama.
As a true freshman, which, by the way, that doesn't happen. Go back and look at the history of college football before Trevor. I think the last true freshman to win might have been Jamel Holloway of Oklahoma from a long time ago.
There he is, Trevor Lawrence. And now the number 1 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Trevor Lawrence, the newest member of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We anticipated it for 123 days.
Yep.
They delivered for us, and this place is on fire right now and expected to be so for some time. More Trevor Lawrence talk coming up here on Fox 30. We also take a look at now what's next. We can finally turn the page on what's next. Who are they going to take at number 25? Will they wheel and deal? What will they build around Trevor Lawrence? More Trevor talk. It's a Trevor town here on a Thursday night in Jacksonville, Florida on Fox 30.